Hi, my name is Nikki Seward, and this very short video shows the screen from a high definition depth finder and fish finder, actually. And we are looking at what is an in-water berm on Steamboat Slough. And this is actually just east of the Steamboat Slough Bridge. It goes almost all the way across the Steamboat Slough. No one knows when this was installed. It doesn't show on the charts, but what it does do is it takes the Sacramento River that is 21 feet in that area. When this berm or barrier or whatever was installed, there's been silting up against it, and so it gets down to 19 feet. It's 19 feet. Then the berm hits, or a barrier, and then it creates a deep hole underneath the bridge, and then there seems to be another berm or barrier, and then it goes back to like only 10 feet or so along Steamboat Slough. So I'm going to show you this video, and it starts out with from the top of this berm, and I'll show you the coordinates exactly where this is. So I'm going to make it start going. Here's the berm. You can kind of see from this. I'm going to show you the coordinates. There they are. So the boat's driving, and then so the berm was right in here. We turned around, we went and looked for that deep hole. Literally, it's more than 30 feet deep. And we're going to keep going. You can see that we're turning around, looking at the other depths, and we will find that there is an additional barrier or berm. So we've gone under the bridge, we're turning around, we're going to go back. These are the depths along in here. The yellow is the bottom, little fish here and there, and that. And now we're going to see they're going back out towards the bridge is underneath me. That was a car reflection, and now there's this unevenness, and it will start to go up. It goes from 30 feet to 12. There seems to be some sort of wall here. It's just, and then it gets, it's like a wall here, and then it goes on down to 19 feet here in the Sacramento River. So the question is, and then there's something else in the river. You can see in these locations. So my question for DWR, USBR, or Fish and Game, when they were doing those fish studies to look at migration and the flow studies to look at which way the water flows, were these barriers already installed? Because if so, or these berms, that deep hole and the berm would stop salmon from migrating, and would tend to encourage salmon to instead migrate down the Sacramento River, along with encouraging the flow down the Sacramento River. This in-water berm's probably been there a while. We did put down a underwater camera, and it looks like there's rock, at least for part of it. The video shows such a striking wall, basically, for one part of the barrier. So it looks more like it was some strong, some physical structure that was put across, and then there's been silting on the Sacramento side up against it, and the water that does flow over it, at least 10 feet of water. So Steamboat Slough does remain remain at least 10 feet deep, and the water flows over and then probably created that deep hole, unless that deep hole, the hole is 35 feet deep. That's not natural for this area. As you can see along the Sacramento River, it was 17, 21, 18 feet, and then all of a sudden it's 35 feet, and then this area in here is 10 feet. That's just not natural. So either there is some intake there that's bottom feeding, there is a barrier that's blocking flow into Steamboat Slough, or it's blocking salmon migration, which would be a manipulation of those salmon migration studies that are trying to promote use of the YOLO bypass for salmon migration and elimination of Sacramento River and Steamboat Slough for salmon migration. In other words, get rid of the natural thousands of years pathway for the salmon to try and force them to go up to the YOLO bypass and Sacramento Ship Channel. That would be one manipulation purpose that DWR or U.S. Bureau of Reclamation would have installed that, or U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Nobody seems to acknowledge or admit it's there. It doesn't show on the chart, and yet it is physically there.